we've talked about how depression is below anger. And there was a lot in this one. It's like, I don't really get angry. I don't. Even when I pretend I'm angry, it's pretending I'm angry. I might have fire in me, heat in me, but I have it so controlled. But that's the bad part. Okay, so this is interesting. So it's like, it was easier, more comfortable for me and everybody else for me to be in depression. But it's almost like you can see how heated I can get, how much fire I have in me. And as much as I've put fire on this podcast before, you haven't seen nothing. I'm telling you. And so nobody sees that with me. I do have it controlled, and I let it seep out as needed in healthy ways, or I attempt to anyway. But so that's kind of what they were showing me too, is like I would never allow myself to fully feel it, embrace it, right? And it's this idea, you got to feel it to heal it. And we do want to jump over it. It hurts so bad. And so when they had me in that position, and it's like they always help me up out of it, but it's almost like, no, you have to sit in it. It's like they kept forcing me to sit in it so I could see these things. And so that was when they had brought through Jesus, and he was showing me the same thing. Like, he was so fucking furious that it was like nobody got it. Nobody stood up for him. He said his truth. He was helping. He was telling people, and he was so pissed off that he then had to be the martyr, and he got pissed off at God. He got pissed off as his father. Like, why do I have to do this? Or why am I in this position? Or why have you forsaken me? It's like, I hope all of you feel, none of you stopped this. All of you let this happen. All of you said, crucify me. I hope you feel guilt for the next 2,000 years, right? Like, it's that idea where we're so angry at the world for what had occurred, what should have never have happened. And then it's like, what can justify that anger? And it's like nothing. And I hope you all sit in that guilt and that shame and that blame for screaming to crucify an innocent man. It's like that amount of anger, and then to not even take it out on people, but be like, no, go ahead, I'll be the martyr, I'll die for all your sins. And swallowing it that way, still swallowing the anger, does make people feel even more guilty, more shameful. How could we? We are monsters. And it's like all this human behavior. And you really do have to feel it to heal it. And it sucks because it hurt the first time around too. But it sometimes is the only way to fully understand it. They kept dipping me in some really like stuff that should have made me, it was like part of what they kept trying to get me to do was to make me angry, but I don't anger easily. I'm strong in my conviction. You see that I'll get heated and I'll put you in your place, but am I really angry? If you think that's really anger, I really am a bunny rabbit because you've seen nothing yet. Do you understand? It's like, I'm not one. What is there to get angry about? I guess it's like people who get that depressed. It's like, you've already stripped me of my mother. My whole life I had to struggle with many things from not having a mother and not having that love and not having unconditional love in my life and not having that nurturing. What the fuck could you do? What could you do? Please. That already comes with a boatload of lessons and problems. So it's like nothing, not that I don't get upset and angry, but it's like not for long. It's like I have bigger problems, other stuff. And so it was almost like they, for the longest time, have been trying to get me angry, which, again, it's like almost laughable, like, good luck. And it's like, no, it's for you to release that valve. You have to release that valve. And I think what I end up doing is the two extremes. Like, I'll either go into depression, which they wanted me to do and feel it so that I could rise up through anger. But it's like I skip right over that. It's like I'll get that low and then bounce all the way up. And it's like, no, don't bounce. We need you to go and feel the levels up, which is really funny. Because you've heard me say I'll jump right to A to Z, and then it's like, okay, let's figure it out. So that's the other thing I do. It's like I'll either go to depression and wallow there, or I'll get in my head and be like, all right, fine, let's make sense of it. Let's be logical about it. I can unpack this and I'll unpack it. But it's like you need to do both. You need to feel it and move through it and unpack it. And you have to connect the two. You can't hold them completely separate like that. Right? Like hopefully you can hear what I'm attempting to explain of how it helped me tremendously and how I was avoiding that healing, like that full connection, right? It was like that full clean out, that full sweep up. It's like I kept jumping over it. And even saying that, it's really funny to me because there's been so many times, if you've been listening since the beginning, you probably have heard me tell you many a stories. Well, they'll show me jumping over something. I'm like, oh, I just jumped over that. And I never knew what that meant, but now that makes sense, doesn't it? It's like I jumped over some steps. Like I'll jump over anger, I'll jump over some emotions, or I'll just keep moving right up because it feels good to feel good. It feels good to just let it go. It feels good to never look back. It feels good to just ignore it. It feels good to just stuff your head and move where you want to go. But it doesn't always work that way. And it could be really damaging to do such because all that hard work you're moving towards can get washed away because something pulls you back later and everything crumbles because it was built on faulty foundation. But if you do the cleanup work and address the wounds that need to be addressed, then you have a really strong foundation. And you know you, and you love you, and you took a look at those wounds and acknowledged them and took accountability and did all that. And it's like you can move forward stronger, easier now. And some of us, it really takes a long time, right? It's like you've heard me say on here, and I'm sure you'll hear me say it again. There's so many dots to connect at times, especially when you're not doing that, when you're not doing the cleanup you think you've done so many times. It's like you really think you've healed it and you feel good and you feel blissful because you do and you are. But there's always more dots to connect, more healing to do, more awareness so that you can embody the present moment more and more and more. So it's like you can sustain that power longer and longer and longer. You can stay in the present moment stronger, longer, consistently. It's like without having to leave because you don't have that background stuff that's pulling on you. But most people don't realize they have that background stuff pulling on them, or the anxiety about the future. It's like they're not willing to take a look and unpack all that stuff because it's just too damn painful. And it's hard to be honest with ourselves, right? Most people claim they don't have anything, and all of that's fine. It's like everybody has a choice to live and do life however they choose. And there's a lot of people who find lots of loopholes and will live what appears to be a really wonderful life, and they'll tell you how wonderful it is. But you can also see that it's like they're showing me that sliver of lightning slicing through them where sadness still sits. Because we don't like to feel pain. We don't like to feel that pain. We already felt it, and we keep remembering it, and we keep dragging it with us and pretending we're not. And, no right or wrong. No right or wrong. This is just more to give you the courage that you can do it, and it looks ugly and hard sometimes because it is. But do I always feel better? Yeah, I do. I do feel better once I get it out, once I see it more clearly, once I feel it. Once I acknowledge it, once I recognize what I was doing so I can make the changes. Because if I don't know what I'm doing, I can't make the changes, and I keep doing the same thing and still being hurt and upset and then feeling dumb or insane because I keep doing the same thing that keeps getting me caught, but I can't see what I'm doing, right? So it's like it's hard to do all this stuff. And most people don't want to, and that's okay, right? It's like You just have to know you, love you, and yeah, they're saying what they always say, which I agree with, because it's me coming through too, where it's like the idea of, but don't bitch about it, right? Like, it is absolutely fine to play small and never own all your power and blame others and sit in misery, but keep it to yourself. Like, shut up, sit down, lock the door, right? Because that stuff bleeds on others. But when you're in that state, you don't even know it if you've normalized it. Yeah. Okay. I guess it's the encouragement to feel it, to heal it, right? Because we all have our escapism, right? Wishing things could be different than they were, so living in that fantasy world, or drugs, alcohol, sex, shopping, busying ourselves, playing happy, people play spiritualist, they play religious, they play this, that. They put on all types of identities and masks to avoid truth, to avoid learning and loving themselves, to avoid opening their eyes, to avoid expanding, right? Like, all of it. Because they'd rather just do all that and never truly live than to actually have to feel the pain of the lies that we created, that we continued, that we called in to fix it, to heal it, and we refused to. So, okay. It's the idea, though, that more people are waking up to these realities. So the longer you sit in that, it's like you're not going to be able to claim that bullshit anymore. It's like victimhood, martyrdom are a thing of the past. Like, people are waking up enough to the reality of they are more powerful than they ever gave themselves credit for. And they're taking back their power. They're taking back their ownership. They're loving themselves and their lives again and standing up for themselves and making the right choices by focusing correctly. And so those who want to insist and claim the old paradigm of victimhood and martyrdom are choosing, it is like the pain of the path pain. Did that come out right? The pathway of pain. They're showing somebody walking down a road in bare feet, and there's just nails and swords and everything all over the place. And you can choose to walk down there insisting that it's the right way, but it's like that road is getting overrun by weeds and is starting to get harder and harder to walk down, not just because it's already difficult with the swords but you can't even much see it anymore. So it's like the idea of you're going to get left behind if you don't take your power, take your ownership, love yourself, learn yourself, understand what all that means. Thanks so much for tuning in and listening. You can now purchase an audio journey with me using the link below.